Hi everyone, it's Lee here, and thanks for joining me on this video where we're going to take a look at the Be a Better Partner program. So this program is all about improving yourself to improve your relationship. So I've got this presentation here and a cool model to talk through everything that's inside the program. Okay, so we've got Be a Better Partner in the middle. That's our goal here. Now, we've identified three big problem areas affecting relationships and dragging relationships down. And the first one we've categorized as stress and frustration. Now, this can show up as anger, as resentment, as outbursts, even avoidance and withdrawal as well are in this space as a response to the stress and frustration in your life. Now, the second big area is conflict and communication in your relationship. Now, this probably comes as no surprise to you, as it's the space where we tend to butt heads with our partners, isn't it? So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. The third big area is bad habits and broken trust. Now, this can show up as drinking or that avoidance, any of those types of topics. Even workaholics can be in this space where those bad habits lead to broken trust. So this can be the accumulation of stress and frustration, some of that conflict and communication coming through and resulting in bad habits and ultimately broken trust. So there's a lot to explore in these three problem areas, and we've broken it down into 3 steps each. So let's get into it now. Let's explore stress and frustration in a little bit more detail. So damaging stress. So letting stress fester is damaging for you and your relationship. Stress commonly boils over in your life as anger, as blame, resentment, withdrawal, avoidance, and recklessness. And what about toxic frustration? Frustration is toxic to your well-being and relationship. Unresolved tension, blaming yourself, and other limiting mindsets keep you stuck and frustrated. And ultimately, these things together end up with statements like, life's not fair, poor me. So pent-up stress and frustration causes negative sentiment to cloud your life and relationship. So these can be in the topics like time, money, career, and unmet needs. And now these are just some of the things that make you say, life's not fair. So if you've ever felt like that, this step's going to be really important for you. And we've got 3 steps to counter these areas to get some of that peace and understanding back in your life. So let's reduce that stress and frustration with peace and understanding. So the first step there, personal clarity. Discover your life values and what makes you tick. Sharpen your vision for the future and feel confident in who you are. And the next step there is about self-care, looking after yourself physically and mentally. Learn how to self-soothe and stay in control. Widen your window of tolerance and more. The next step there is around passion and purpose. So this is finding meaning and purpose in life, shifting your perspective, changing your beliefs, and discovering helpful attitudes that lead to a happier life and relationship. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on in conflict and communication. Now we've got 3 big areas we're going to talk about in this space. And the first one is around boundaries and having no boundaries. So the first one is being limitless and not having a filter. Now this can lead to a run-in with the law, or even worse, a divorce. It can also be that you're living walled off and shut down, and that is just as destructive to your relationship and self-esteem. And the next point there is around out of control arguments. So yelling, arguing, finger pointing and blame, these are just some of the ways poor communication undermines your relationship. So put downs and threats, they're especially harmful and abusive. And the third point there, burdened by life. These are typically things outside of your control, where you might be looking after elderly parents or attending to your children's needs. There's chores and responsibilities in being an adult and living life. And you might feel that life is passing you by. Where do you find time for your passion and your hobbies and your dreams? let alone time for your relationship and each other. So let's jump back to the presentation now and look at how we're going to deal with boundaries, out of control arguments, and that feeling of being burdened by life. Okay, so let's look at how we're going to tackle conflict and communication. Now we're going to do that with healthy boundaries and smooth conversations. And the first step here is all about effective boundaries, effective, healthy boundaries. The next step is around smooth conversations. And this is all around a product that we've developed, a card deck, to help you have smooth conversations with your partner and resolve relationship problems in a smooth, calm, and healthy way that's respectful for the relationship. And the third point there is around life balance. So let's take a look at the website and explore some of these steps in a little bit more detail. Okay, so let's reduce conflict with boundaries and smooth conversations and get some of that good communication back in your relationship. So the first step there is around effective boundaries. We're going to discover inner and outer healthy boundaries so you can feel safe, feel heard, listen, and share with care. And you can support others as well to have healthy communication. The next point there is around smooth conversations. So you can start conversations softly, resolve relationship problems calmly, and work together to find those win-win solutions. And the final point there is around life balance. So find time for the things that matter the most. Live in alignment with your values and life vision for a more fulfilling and enjoyable relationship. The next problem area is bad habits and broken trust. So let's have a look at those problems in more detail. Now the first point we want to make here is around being mindless and self-centered. So from feeling entitled and living a mindless and selfish life cuts you off from having a close and loving relationship. And no one's going to like hearing this, feeling that they're self-centered or that they're looking after number one and not thinking about their partner. But this is an important point to look into, because being left unchecked in this space, you can wind up feeling alone, sad, and unfulfilled. Now the second point there is around our bad habits. And bad habits, they feel good at the time, but they could be masking the real issues underneath, the real issues that are going on underneath. So on bad habits and poor company in our social circles and our poor environments around us, they can all spur that corrosive behavior that really affects our relationships and drives that separation. And the third point there is around broken trust. This is all about poor decision making. So guilt and shame lead the way in expressing your low self-worth after betrayal and broken trust. Poor decisions and moments of weakness shake the foundations of your character and the trust in the relationship. Okay, bad habits and broken trust. Let's counter that with healthy habits and consistent trust. So the first step there is self-awareness and relational awareness. And the next step there is around healthy habits and environments. And the next step there is trust-building behaviors. So let's dive back to the website and have a look at some of this in a bit more detail. So this section of the program is all about repairing broken trust with healthy habits and consistent trust. So the first step there is self-awareness and relational awareness. And this is about sharpening your sixth sense and observing the world around you with a little bit more insight, a little bit more detail. Understanding the emotions and needs of ourselves and our partner as well. Healthy habits and environments. So let healthy habits create a lifestyle that you're proud of. Cultivate a peaceful environment around you to nurture your loving relationship. And trust-building behaviors. Build trust with consistent behavior. Feel at peace with who you are and maintain a healthy sense of self-worth. Accept your weaknesses and imperfections with grace. So there's a lot of great stuff in the Be a Better Partner program. And as you can see, it's flexible. You can jump around to the most important needs for you. So how could you be a better partner in your relationship? Well, we've put together a short 5-minute assessment that you can do that will give you some insights into how you're showing up in your relationship and the areas where you could perhaps be a better partner. And after you've completed the assessment, feel free to get in touch with me and we can talk through your results in more detail and work out the next best steps for you. So thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed the Be a Better Partner overview video. And I hope this has given you some insights into how you can show up better in your relationship. And at the end of the day, it's about leading the way and letting your partner respond to you in a better way. And they're likely to think to themselves, how can I be a better partner? And when you're both better partners, the relationship is going to blossom and flourish. So thanks for watching. My name's Lee. Feel free to get in touch. Enjoy your day. Cheers. Bye.